On the next and final video installment of episode 1, we will take you to the secret ingredient not just of our system but all successful trading systems in general. According to legendary trader Paul Tudor Jones, the most important rule for trading is to play great defense, not great offense. What that means is whether you're a position trader, a swing trader, a momentum trader, a trend follower, or a scalper, the most important secret ingredient that makes all trading systems work is risk management. Why? Simply put, risk management ensures all traders' long-term survival in this game. That's number one. Second, it puts us in a position to go on the offensive, to actually pursue opportunities without it killing our capital in the process. Allow me to illustrate. Having studied most of the successful traders here and around the world over the past few years, it is a known fact that the most successful traders, and we're talking about triple-digit return traders, most of them, if not all, bat on an average of 50% hit ratio. What that means is, give or take, over a long period of time, they will be wrong half of the time. And that's very important to understand as a trader or as we approach with any trading system. In fact, George Soros said it best. It's not whether we win or we lose. What matters most is how much we make when we win and how much we lose when we lose. Having this kind of mindset spells the difference between a successful trader, a consistently profitable one, versus a losing trader. And when we say consistently profitable trader, I want to be clear about that. A consistently profitable trader in the stock market or in any financial market for that matter is simply someone who has more gains than losses. Someone who at the end of the year who has maybe a 40, 50, 60, 70% batting average, but is someone who is able to cut their losses small and to be able to have their gains much bigger than their unit of losses. So how exactly do we operationalize risk management? In this basic module, we will be teaching you 3 different ways on how we implement and execute risk management on top of our DCS trading system. First one is something that is simple but is worth mentioning. It's something that a lot of traders often neglect, and that is acceptance. What that means is we need to learn to accept that failure will be part of the game. Now, why is that important? Simply put, it is important because if we don't accept failure or a losing trade in particular, then that particular trade can create a negative emotion when it happens, and at the same time, it can take us out of the opportunity flow of the market. The second risk management technique as it applies to our portfolio is a time and tested trading principle that I've applied to my funds over the years. It's something that's helped me greatly, and it's something that I want to share with you today. This principle is that I always wait for the market to commit to me before I actually commit to the market. What this simply means, I do not anticipate. I don't anticipate. if you actually look at how this applies to how we operate as stock operators using our DCS framework, what this simply means is that when the stock price approaches E1, you always want to wait for the bounce, or you always want to wait for the evidence of demand coming in the form of prices moving higher. Whether you're using just a first optic rule or a Japanese candlestick reversal pattern, what it simply means is that you want evidence of a bounce of your E1. In the same way, if you're buying an E2, you want to wait for prices actually breaking past and breaking through resistance before you commit your capital to the market. And lastly, if you're entering based on an E3 kind of setup, what this means is that you want to wait for evidence of prices following through higher and further in its uptrend before you want to commit capital to that particular setup. Now, that applies to entry techniques that we've discussed. If we go now to the exit level techniques, to the E1, E2, E3 exits that we've taught, if we apply the principle, we wait for the market to commit to us before we commit to the market. That means that if we are taking the E1, E2, or any E3 exit, you don't want to anticipate as prices are heading in that area. That is essentially how you apply the principle that you wait for the market to commit to you before you actually commit in terms of buying and selling towards the market.